going on, YouTube? Today is January 5th, 2026. 7:01 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the filming of this video. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Form your own opinions. These are merely mine. Got some silver. Are you surprised? Metal prices. Quick rundown. This video is going to be important. At least I think so. Gold 44.5604 up 714. Silver 77.94 up 128. Platinum 23.3210 up 51.45. Man, platinum's a hell of a mover, either direction these days. Palladium 17.4331 406 up for the day. GSR 57.18. All right. Let's get this out of the way. With the recent events in the world regarding oil, it doesn't matter what your opinion is or what mine is. For the record, I'm largely not in support of what happened for a couple reasons, but it doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. For two reasons. Number one, it changes nothing. And number two, it changes nothing. Now, what do we do from here? Whether we like it, whether we love it, whether we hate it, whether we don't like it, what do we do? I'll tell you what we do. We invest. We pay attention. We understand markets, geopolitics. That's what we do. Got some silver. And yes, it's a Christmas hat. That's okay. Or a Grinch hat, whatever you want to say. I'm just not ready for the holiday spirit to be over. It's still wintertime, right? Is that allowed? Whether it is or not, I'm going to allow it. So, let's let Christmas live on in our hearts. Let's try to be better people. By the way, if you could take a moment to hit the like, the subscribe, drop a comment so I know you're here. Go over to Rumble, hit the follow over there, drop a comment on some videos, show some love. I would appreciate it. Now, a lot of you may or may not like this stuff. I've got a lot. More than I thought. Yep. It's just 40%. It's a tube. Full $10 face, which is 2.95 ounces of 999 fine silver. Can't be mad at that. Got it for $3.99 below spot per ounce. I mean, thank you, hero. I can't be mad at that. Now, I've said this many times. Would I base my whole stack on it? No. No. Would I expect you to base your whole stack on it? Would I encourage you to? No. It's just not a good move. Would I encourage you to have some if you can get it for a good price? Absolutely. But understand, when you go to sell it, they may not always buy it, number one. And number two, if they do buy it, they're likely to buy it for under melt. We're talking, I don't know. Depends where you go. But a lot of times you're going to get 75 to 85% of melt. So understand that. Know that going in. But again, with the way prices are headed and have been heading, and I think are going to keep heading, it's a pretty good deal at $4 under spot, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm moving around grabbing my Sharpie because I want to write 40% on the top of this tube, because I like, it's just easier when I take minor inventory of what's going on in the stack, to just be like, oh, that's a tube of 40, that's a tube of 90. That way I know where I'm at, what I got. Kinda. It gives me an idea. Now, what does this mean for us? Well, this means that, in my opinion, Fuel prices for us will continue to go down at the pump, even for us poor unfortunate folks in the blue states with all the high taxes. It's still going to drive the price down, I think. Again, I don't agree with it, with how it transpired, but that's just, it doesn't matter. But it also means, you know, the whole thing was about oil. It was about oil for us. It was about oil for cutting off oil supply to China and Russia, and Venezuela was paying debts to China in oil. It was about rare earth minerals that they have. Let's be honest, it's about assets. It's about commodities, okay? It always is. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's the truth. And that doesn't necessarily mean if you're pro what happened that that's a bad thing. If you're against what happened, it doesn't mean it's a good thing. It works always. But that's what it was about. And that's what it's always about. It's always about commodities, assets, power, generally oil, if you go throughout our history in, you know, modern day world. And again, that doesn't mean you have to take that as a negative. It's just that's what it's about. And if you don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you. But again, it doesn't matter how you feel, your feelings. What matters is what you do. And what do you do? Well, if you're smart, you buy assets, you buy commodities, you buy... I'm not going to spell it out for you, because if you don't know, you should know, and if you don't know, God help you. But you invest in certain stocks, okay? What I will spell out for you is that war and conflicts mean higher gold and silver and platinum prices and palladium prices, generally speaking. Copper, rhodium, all of that. But we do gold and silver and platinum on this channel at this point in time. So that's what we're going to talk about. When there's conflict in the world, wars, conflicts, battles, sieges, whatever it is, all of the above, if they're different, it's always the same. It drives asset prices up. It drives commodity prices up, generally speaking. And that's what we're going to see here. It will drive markets up for oil, I believe. And because the supply will be heavier, the purchase price of the actual commodity will be less. But the commodities price and the futures price should be higher in the markets. And if you don't know what to do with that, you probably shouldn't invest. Again, just my opinion. So, what do we do? Well, we do what I did today. We place another order for metals. Not financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions. I don't know why, but I'm playing with this tube. I like that sound. It's kind of like a capsule crunch, you know. What do? We invest in markets that are almost guaranteed, to perform well as a result. What do? We cut out that latte every morning. Hell, we cut it in half. Do it every 2 mornings, every 2.5 mornings. Make your own at home. Although you better pick up the pace, because the way prices are rising and supply is dwindling, as far as precious metal, you better pick up the pace, because it's getting spendy, folks. You know, I don't know if you caught the last video. Not many of you did. When I logged in to make a purchase, supplies were less, significantly less. Back order, pre-order, out of stock on a lot of sites. Is it going to come back? Probably. Is this the, FOMO and you're not going to be able to get it? No, it's not. But you couple all this with all the buying going on, all the, fear in the world. I hate using that term, but all the uncertainty in the world, and the supply being shortened by what China is going to send out to the rest of the world, because they want to keep it at home. The writing's on the wall. Stack assets. Stack metal, which is an asset. Cut the spending. Cut the bullshit as much as possible. You'd be surprised what you can do without. Comfortably. Let's say your thing every day is a vanilla latte at Starbucks or Dutch Bros or whatever it is. Well, you can buy very tasty vanilla coffee beans at home, which by the way have no sugar, so they're healthier. It's a whole process. You can look into it. And you can buy sugar-free vanilla creamer, French vanilla creamer, or sugar vanilla creamer if you don't want to be healthier. And you can do it for pennies on the dollar compared overall for what you get out of that, what you spend at the barista. Am I saying don't ever go get Starbucks or Dutch? No. But I'm saying if you can cut that in half or out altogether, get up 10 minutes earlier to make it happen at home, you can A, do it cheaper, B, do it more healthy, and C, buy more assets, more stocks, more bonds. Well, more stocks, I guess bonds if that's your thing. More stocks, more bonds, more gold, more silver, more platinum, whatever it is, more land. That's what I'm saying. And this is going to continue. There will be more conflict. There will be more of these seemingly non-incidental incidences that are not a big deal. Not a big deal. There will be more. So we're not priced out yet. We haven't missed the window yet. But if you really pay attention over the last few months, the window of opportunity is closing. It will always be there, but it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. So you best tighten up your belt. You best get off your ass. You best make it happen. And whatever you do, hit the like, hit the subscribe, drop a comment, show some love, and keep stacking.